You cooked for 15 years for the royal family, and you used to make that special cake that we just saw in that last piece for William when he was just a little tacker. He wants it for his groom's cake. How much did that mean to you, hearing that that was what he wanted for his big day, and you personally used to cook it for him?
Well, when I found out that William and Kate were getting engaged, I actually sent a copy of my book, Eating Royally, to William and Kate and said in the book, you'll need this book because you're not going to have any chefs or staff working for you. So here's the recipes, all the favourite recipes that I cook for you and for the Queen and for your mother too. And of course, this recipe was in the book, the chocolate biscuit cake. So I don't know if it jogged his memory and he thought, well, yes, of course, we used to have this as a little boy. And when I was small and when I was eating with the Queen, with Granny, I don't know, but I was thrilled when he chose it.
I love that. We used to have this as a little boy. The royal we, of course.
Of course.
You were the palace's lead pastry chef when Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew got married. Talk to me about what goes into preparing the food for a massive shindig like a royal wedding.
Well, of course, this wedding is going to be completely different to the one that I prepared at Buckingham Palace when Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson got married. That was a straight three-course meal, and I was preparing the clotty cream and the strawberries for that one, and also upstairs cutting up the 40 wedding cakes that they had for their event. This one is going to be completely different. This one is 650 people with just little 2-bite appetizers. So the chefs are busy in the kitchen getting ready 15,000 canopies.
Anybody who's watched even one episode of Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares knows that cooking at the best of times is a pretty stressful gig. What is the environment like behind the scenes in the kitchen when you're working on the world's most high-profile wedding?
Well, you've got to understand that at Buckingham Palace, all the time, they're doing huge events for kings, queens, presidents. I mean, when I was there, I cooked for 5 US presidents. And so just a wedding like this is actually a little bit more relaxed. Everyone's in sort of the fun, festive spirit. And as you saw, that you actually get to see everyone runs out and waves goodbye to the happy couple. It's not often the chefs are allowed out of the kitchen onto the forecourt, waving to everyone as they're leaving.
I was reading actually also that you talked about having to polish every single apple in every single fruit bowl to make sure that it shines, and you've got to take out every core so that the apples sit perfectly. Tell me about the minutiae that goes into preparing for a royal wedding.
Even the leaves have to be white for the dessert dishes. And, you know, the way they do that standard, the quality of the food there, is they don't actually prepare a dish for the Queen and say, this one is for the Queen. What they do is they make 200 dishes, 200 plates, and then they just pick one of those for the Queen. So that means every single one of those plates has to be perfect for the Queen.
What are the biggest obstacles to overcome then as a chef?
Well, in this occasion, I think the photography, everything else can be worked out perfect. The kitchen is just upstairs, just downstairs, and the dining room is just upstairs where this huge event's going to take place. So getting the food up there and everything will be all worked out meticulously, will all be perfect. But if the photographer says we need more photos and things, that's going to slow things down. So the chefs will have a holding station upstairs where they can sort of just finish off little appetizers, little canopies, pipe little rosettes onto cookies and crackers and things, just to make sure everything's perfect. And then, of course, that chocolate biscuit cake that's in my book, Eating Royally, that doesn't want to be pushed out too early, because if that chocolate starts melting, it's going down.